Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first live edition of So I Married a Geek. Remember, we're looking at the camera. Don't look at yourself on the laptop.
I don't know how to do live stuff.
It's been a hard couple of days. I fell and fractured my ankle.
So I'm not the only one with a cast now.
This is on top of him busting up his finger the other day. May need to project a little since the mic's over there, so it'll be a little louder.
Okay.
And last night, I got a text from she's like my mom, that I lost my other like my mom. She died last night, and for those who don't know, Austin has many icons. The most popular, of course, is Leslie, but there's another one that people know and love. Her name is Flash Jordan. She is a come on, dog. She is a Access TV diva star pop icon. Like, I don't know how would you. So the reason this hits so bad is one, she was like my family, and two, this is something we bonded over.
Yeah. So when I first met Gavin, and he told me that he had local access shows, he asked me if I had ever watched anything on local access, and I told him, I was like, well, one time when I was at my cousin's house and, I couldn't sleep, I turned on local access because nothing else was on in the room I was staying. And there was this video, and it was a music video, and there was a lady in it. And I was describing the video to him, and he was like, "Oh, that's Jordan. I know." Yeah. And he told me he knew all about her. I was telling him, it's funny. I didn't get to spend as much time with Jordan as he did, but I knew Jordan the way she wanted people to know her. And to me, she was that person I saw on TV. She was a celebrity. That's how she wanted people to think of her.
And no matter where you went,
somebody
knew her. She lit up the room, not just because she was wearing so much glitter and gold and sequins. She knew everybody. Even if, she would talk to everybody. One of the things Phil had asked me is, how do I do that? How do I just put down my guard and just be? And I said, that's just something you choose to do. Because Jordan's been on Access TV for a long time, and her brothers and her did some crazy stuff, y'all. It was trippy, multi-paned, tracing graphics.
Yeah, that's the video I saw.
Yeah, and singing about Elvis and all of this fun stuff. And she was unique.
She was a star the way you want your stars to be.
The saddest part is there won't be anybody like Jordan. Someone who was just that anything kind of crazy, magnetic, happy.
Oh, yeah.
She loved everybody. She loved Phil the moment she met him. Told him how much he was going to be a star.
We took her out to lunch not too long ago, just a couple months ago. And the place that we went to, all eyes were on Jordan. And people were talking about how beautiful she was and how she was just so radiant. It was like, yeah, she is. She was. Wherever she went, she just exuded energy. That's why I said she was magnetic. You couldn't help but want to look at her and talk to her.
She had the weirdest skill of being able to just sing anything on the fly. Her favorite was about going to Mars and being the president. I never understood the let's go to Mars and let's be a president. I produced her last two shows that we could get, and she just went to town in that studio. You could not get her to stop. And
it's okay, dog. We're okay.
And then there was when Danny was down here, they did a whole bunch of stuff together, and I'm so mad because they all got to go to Graceland together, and apparently going to Graceland with Jordan because she loved Elvis. Her family grew up with Elvis, and worked with the Elvis family is just a whole other experience. And Donna, who was kind of the regular. That's the best way to put it.
Yep, that would be a good way to describe
Would just tell me how hilarious it was to deal with these two, because it was a reality show. And it was meant to be a reality show because, God, Jordan should have just been on a reality show all herself. That would have been insane because she has been, like, she's been at movie theaters. I think she had something in the movie theater once that they premiered. I mean, and her family's got this history of just fucking amazing engineering and imagination. They created some amazing things I don't even fully understand. And, oh God, she loved animals. But did you ever see her car?
The one that she painted?
Jordan had this fascination with the gold spray paint. She spray painted everything gold. Her car was spray painted gold inside and out. And she had a dummy with a Elvis Jordan mask on in the back seat at all times. She had furs and boas and glitter and sequins in her car so she could pull it out at any point in time. Did not matter. She get a brand new car, that thing would be spray painted gold in like a heartbeat. And I was like, Jordan, why don't you just start getting some like bird houses and little wood crafts and spray paint those and give those people? It was her car. She had to write Elvis all over her car and just have all sorts of fun with it. It was insane going in there and her entire stereo console's covered in gold glitter. I was like, how do you listen to the radio? She goes, I just push whatever button. Whatever comes on, comes on. It was always nice knowing Jordan off of camera because even off of camera, like I said, she was always so friendly and so happy. And she was Flash Jordan all the time. But it was a little different when she was on camera because she just wanted to keep being on camera. So she was at home in the studio. She was completely at home behind a keyboard.
Yep.
She had like 3 of them. And she could just sing. And I did a show with her when I was on it. I didn't know what she was singing half the time because she would just make it up on top of her head. And I'd come in with like that back up and going, yeah. And I'd be go, what? Mars. Like, oh. Yeah. So it's sad because I don't like to think that she was alone at the end. She was in a home because she just got to the point where she couldn't function. And I don't know how it was like there. I went there a couple times. And I will never put you in a home, just so you know. You're going to be stuck with me. I shut down last night because I thought of her not even 30 minutes earlier, probably just sitting there alone. Because there was nobody there. They don't let anybody in that nursing home. And I just think I'm not going to go to Graceland with her. And all I wanted to do was go to Donna's house last night. But I was on pain pills. He was on his nighttime pain pills. I don't even know if I can get up the hill at Donna's house, but all I wanted to do was go. And he's like, no, we can't. She said she's in bed. Don't do this. And I don't want to be sad because Jordan wouldn't want me to be sad. She wouldn't want any of us to be sad. She'd want us to throw glitter around and have a glitter party. I'm not throwing glitter around. I'm not vacuuming that shit up. No. It'll be in this house forever.
Oh, yeah. No.
But it's funny that Jordan is one of the things we bonded over.
Yep. Last night when you got the message, I knew what it was before you said anything. I could just see it in your face and hear it in your voice. And you didn't say a word. You just went, I was like, oh, God, that's it.
Even his friends knew who Jordan was. Like,
yeah.
And it all started because she interviewed a dog on the side of the street. And someone said that's hilarious, and I think that's when the family decided to start doing stuff. And I don't remember much about her two brothers, but my mom and dad worked a lot with them, and that was back in the day when the Channel Austin was just a whole community. They had Alex Jones, they had my parents, they had Jordan, they had Jeff Davis, they had all those people back then. And they all just worked together. They all knew each other. They all just supported each other. And slowly, they all just kind of went their own ways. But Jordan, my dad, stuck around and still did shows. And in fact, my dad's still trying to do his show, even though he lives out of the city. He's like, because I called him last night. He goes, "Yeah, we're still doing our show." But I said, "Bitch, you're not even in the city. Don't even worry about it. Like they can handle your show. Let it hand the baton off. But you can't hand the baton off on Jordan's show.
No.
Unless we make like a puppet. We could do like a glittery puppet. Do like Jordan does a puppet show now.
But none of us are going to come up with the kind of lyrics she came up with.
Yeah.
Or the storylines she would have come up with.
Yeah. So we're going to be getting everything the studio has from, I mean, they've got decades worth of her stuff. And I'm going to be putting it on our YouTube page so everyone can celebrate Jordan. And I'm going to catalog it so that it doesn't go anywhere. You can go back through the history of the Flash Jordan show as much as we get our hands on, because a lot of this stuff is so old, I don't think there's copies of it. The station pulled as much as they could, but back in the day, they were just kind of doing it and putting it on tape. And, now it's hard to get the stuff off tape. I mean, they have this stuff to do it, but we don't even know where half the tapes are. So you can look forward to the new Flash Jordan playlist on Kaiju Labs Media. You'll see all of the fun of going to Mars and that weird Elvis impersonator in one of them.
That's the video I saw. And like he was waving his arm, the tracer was on, and she kept singing, and he kept walking around behind her, waving at people, and the tracer just kept going.
She loved her some Elvis and some Elvis impersonators.
Yep.
Donna and I went to, what's that restaurant over by Zilker Park?
I don't know.
Anyways, we were at this restaurant inside, and it was Elvis impersonator night. And ooh, Jordan lost her mind. She was so excited. Like all the different Elvis impersonators were coming up and singing and doing impressions. Like it was freaking hilarious. Like she was so in her element. And that is kind of where I got some of my love of Elvis from. I wasn't the hugest Elvis fan ever. And then you meet Jordan and she's just so infectious. She's like, "It's Elvis! 24/7! Elvis!" Yeah, so you can look forward to her stuff soon. I'm going to be working with the station to get it and archive it so that it's there. I mean, could you imagine Jordan in a time like today with YouTube everywhere? She would just have skyrocketed. Because I have those two shows I did with her last two shows, and people still watch and comment on them on our YouTube channel. I mean, she would have, God, Jordan on TikTok would have been like,
oh God, it would have been insane on TikTok.
It would have been nonstop, like all day long, TikTok videos, and people would have lost their shit.
Yeah, she would have kept people in stitches.
So, if you do Flash Jordan, celebrate her. If you did it, you'll get to look her up and realize why you should celebrate her.
And why Austin lost one of its icons.
Yeah. So to Jordan, we'll drink some Coca-Cola, have a cheeseburger sans the cheese because I can't have dairy.
Listen to some Elvis.
And I will do a glitter and gold bird house. And make it look like Jordan would make it. I'm going to get a birdhouse, glitter it, gold it, put it outside, see if a bird is actually like, "Yes, dog, you're on TV."
Yep, of course, she's like, the real star has arrived.
Let's not be sad.
She wouldn't want us to.
Let's be happy. Can we, dog?
Can you stop pouting? For whatever reason.
She's a little mad because she can't figure out my boot, my walker, leg, like no space for her anywhere, so she's kind of butthurt. She hasn't figured it out. It's freaking her out.
Yeah.
Look at her. She's like, I'm not freaking out.
Yeah, I'm a star.
All right.
I'm here to help y'all.
So, thanks for watching us talk about Jordan for a little bit. I just really want to do that because I think that's what she'd want me to do.
Yeah.
Remind the world she's still here. She will be here online.
I was about to say that she would really want you to do is make sure all of her stuff that you could get your hands on was available to people.
Yeah. There's bits and pieces online. Like there's some old show somebody has on YouTube and he links it out around. You guys got to see this craziness. Because Access TV used to be all about the craziness. Like there was two different levels. There was the stuff I used to do, which was very well polished, and there was just the get in, do drugs, do whatever.
Yeah.
And that's one of the greatest things I like about it is anybody can do just the craziest stuff. Like there's a guy who used to do the station here, TV for cats. He'd have like birds on screen and mice, and it was just TV for cats. He called it TV for cats. He did a whole run of TV for cats. I loved it. It used to come on before our shows when we did our 4-hour block party. Charles would schedule it, TV for cats. Just fucking hilarious. Goldfish on the screen. Like, it was so weird. It was so weird. And, yeah. So, I miss you, Jordan.
We all will.